People can feel pulled towards different locations. They may feel a connection to nature or just love the sounds of the city. Some people have found themselves pulled towards Sedona, Arizona, a town in Flagstaff that's known for its beautiful scenery, rich art, and history of Western films. Sedona is also known for being a hub for the New Age movement, a movement that contains many spiritual and philosophical ideologies. Over the course of this documentary, we hope to give you a better understanding of this movement and its beliefs.
Let me just speak for myself, because in Sedona, you'll find that there's all kinds of spiritual people and spiritual movements and spiritual thought and beliefs and ideologies.
I think as psychics and intuitive readers, we naturally feel pulled to different places. And so you may be pulled here for a period of time, and then I know lots of people who don't stay. They feel drawn to go somewhere else. And I think it's just listening to what each of us have our own guides, and listening to what the direction of our guides. So being here today doesn't necessarily mean being here tomorrow.
I think it's a very valid feeling. I think that it's very important to people to feel connected to places and things. In Judaism, we say that when one goes to Israel, one's making aliyah, which is the term of going up or ascending. And we feel that the land of Israel is on a higher spiritual plane than the rest of the world. And Jerusalem and the Temple Mount specifically is even on a higher spiritual plane. And I can't explain it, but when I go to Jerusalem and when I go to the Western Wall and I go visit and see the stones that have been there for 2,000 plus years, there's a different feeling I have.
The pull to Sedona may be explained through the phenomenon known as vortexes. People believe these locations are a sort of energy center that connect to the universe.
Each vortex has its own energy. There are male energies and female energies here. And so there's so many around here that you can literally choose what kind of vortex energy you want to feel. But really the whole area of Sedona is a vortex when you look at the combination of all the vortexes around us. You feel that vibration the moment you even start to drive in.
I've only been to the one here by the airport, which is the closest one, and I hiked up there, and on the way up, I could tell the difference. As I got closer and closer up the hill, I could tell the difference in the energy of the air, and everyone has the ability to do these kinds of things.
Yeah, and that may well have to do with the fact that we've got a huge volcanic field in the Flagstaff area, and this area also has volcanic deposits and extinct volcanoes. So the metals that would cause the magnetism and gravitational pull are clearly, they're clearly here. Whether you're sensitive enough to feel that or feel like it's directing something, I don't know.
I cannot say that I've felt anything different than when I'm in nature in a beautiful place. But I do respect that some people do, and I'm open to the belief of different spiritual feelings in places. I do believe in the magnetism of different places having an effect on the body, definitely.
For some people involved in the New Age religion, they believe that energy can be used to perform abilities that would be normally unobtainable.
Well, I'm kind of not so much of a woo-woo person. I'm kind of practical. Yet I do have, for myself, knowings that there are more things available, more to this physical realm, more kind of like the spiritual part of the physical realm. That's what I've come to understand for myself. In the process, this curiosity has led me through neuro-linguistic programming, hypnosis, working with a person who was clearing energy fields.
My great-grandmother actually read tea leaves, and when I was just an infant, she actually told my mother and my grandmothers that I had the gift and that they should listen to what I had to say, and that sometimes I was probably going to say things that seemed a little bit odd to them, but they should pay attention anyway.
In my case, I am able to draw the names of guides, the names of archangels, the names of guardian angels, and other energies that come through that then I can give to that person that I'm reading for and say, okay, now you can call on this one or this one.
Sure. Reiki's energy healing, okay, so it works on multi-levels. It works on the physical level, on the emotional level, and on the spiritual level. For me, it's hands-on. Some Reiki practitioners and masters don't actually touch you. They'll just kind of skim over you, all right? Me, I'm a hugger, so I'm a toucher type person. And I've had people say, oh, your hands feel like heating pads, okay? So my hands tend to warm up when I'm working on somebody, especially if I'm working on an area that they may have had an injury, okay? And they don't even have to tell me. I can literally feel it in them, okay?
Well, again, that sounds like a self-promotion thing, and that sounds like it seems like it promises power to the one who's doing it, and to me that sounds, well, scripturally speaking, that sounds an awful lot like the first temptation, which was to become like God yourself.
Prophecy, in terms of God talking to the prophets, was something that we believe in and we believed in, but it was much more along the lines of corralling the people into doing right. It wasn't specifically you're going to walk out tomorrow and get hit by a bus type of prophecy. It was, if you do not follow the laws that God gave us, then this could happen. So that type of prophecy. But in terms of going to a tarot card reader or something like that, I think it's great entertainment, but I don't put much faith into it as terms of a spiritual or religious thing.
The New Age movement is accepting to varying beliefs. With each experience, a person builds upon their beliefs. And in the New Age movement, that's what it's about, that each person's own reality is true.
It's real for the people that are involved in it. It really doesn't appeal to me. I guess I'm a little more of a scientist, so I like to have some kind of cause and effect relationship with things that are going on.
It's the feeling that one gets when one is doing what is appropriate, whether it is doing right versus wrong, or whether it's doing the action of a religious practice correctly.
I don't go into the airy-fairy stuff of guides and not so much angels, but just trusting in things outside of myself. I guess that's what I want to say. And once you're on that path, it just sort of opens you up to all kinds of things. And when I'm talking to people, I say, follow your curiosity. And that's what I did. I followed whatever I was interested in, and that led me to the next thing. And so I sit here before you with a lot of experience. Eventually, what it ends up being is that you know that you really don't know anything. You don't know anything. It's all innate. It's all the understanding, if you will, that we are part of everything.